a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Billie Kay. Jessica McKay is an Australian professional wrestler. She is signed to WWE under the ring name Billie Kay and performs on the SmackDown brand. In June 2007, Kay made her professional wrestling debut at Pro Wrestling Alliance, and she debuted 1 year later for the Pro Wrestling Women's Alliance promotion, where she became a two-time PWWA Champion. She later started competing on the independent circuit for multiple promotions in the United States for several years, most notably and commonly for Shimmer Women Athletes. Early life. McKay began watching wrestling at the age of 10 along with her brother, and started her professional wrestling career first attending to the Australian promotion based in Sydney, Pro Wrestling Alliance. Prior to becoming a wrestler, McKay excelled in basketball. She attended the same high school as fellow wrestler Peyton Royce. Pro Wrestling Alliance Australia, 2007-2015. McKay was trained by Madison Eagles. She debuted on the 23rd of June 2007, on her 18th birthday, at PWWA Australia with a win over Eagles and Aurora, wrestling under her birth name as Jessie McKay. On the 2nd of August 2008, McKay defeated defending champion Kelly Skater to win the PWWA Championship for the first time. She had one successful title defense on the 8th of November against Danielle Taylor. On the 22nd of November, she lost her title to Penny Lane. After Lane vacated her title due to injury, McKay won the PWWA Championship for the second time in a four-way match against Kelly Skater, Sway, and Shazza McKenzie on the 14th of September 2009. McKay had two successful title defenses against Casey Cassidy and Madison Eagles in March and May 2010, but lost the title to Eagles on the 11th of June 2010. In September 2011, McKay failed to win a three-way match for the Shimmer Championship, also featuring champion Madison Eagles and Nicole Matthews. In August 2012, in a match to crown the interim PWWA Champion, she was defeated by Evie. Shimmer Women Athletes, 2008-2015. McKay began wrestling for the American all-female promotion Shimmer Women Athletes in October 2008, making her debut at Volume 21 along with Madison Eagles as the Pink Ladies, participating in a tag team gauntlet match to determine the inaugural Shimmer Tag Team Champions, but with the first team eliminated. McKay made her singles debut in Shimmer with a loss to Kelly Skater at Volume 24. At Volume 33 in September 2010, McKay defeated Nicole Matthews, after losing to Matthews earlier that year in April at Volume 30. She followed up with an upset victory over Ayako Hamada and Sarah Del Rey in a three-way match by pinning former Shimmer champion Del Rey at Volume 34. As a result, later in September 2010, McKay was granted a title match against her trainer and former tag partner, Shimmer champion Madison Eagles at Volume 35, but failed to win. After her failed title challenge, McKay continued her feud with Nicole Matthews. At Volume 36, she teamed up with Danielle, challenging the Canadian Ninjas for the Shimmer Tag Team Championship, but were defeated. However, she gained a victory over the Canadian Ninjas at Volume 38 while teaming with Serena. McKay concluded her feud with Matthews with a loss in a 2 out of 3 falls match at Volume 39 in March 2011. In March 2012, victories over Mia Yim at Volume 45 and former Shimmer champion Emschiff at Volume 46 led to McKay receiving another shot at the Shimmer Championship, but lost to defending champion cheerleader Melissa at Volume 47. At Volume 53 in April 2013, McKay was defeated by Madison Eagles in Eagles' return match. At Volume 57, Kay defeated Mercedes Martinez. Other promotions, 2008-2015. Other than wrestling for Shimmer, McKay has also wrestled for other American promotions, including Combat Zone Wrestling and Ring of Honor in 2008, and Chikara in 2011. She also wrestled for the Canadian promotion NCW Femmes Fatales in 2012. McKay debuted for the American promotion Shine Wrestling at Shine 9 in April 2014, with a victory in a 6-person tag team match, teaming with Kelly Skater and Shaza McKenzie to defeat Nikki Roxx, Santana, and Mia Yim. NXT 2015-2018. McKay received a tryout with WWE during their tour of Australia in August 2014. On the 13th of April 2015, WWE announced McKay as part of a new class of NXT trainees. McKay made her televised in-ring debut on the 10th of June episode of NXT, where she competed in a losing effort against Becky Lynch under the ring name Jessie. On the 7th of August, she was given the new ring name Billie Kay. After competing in most of her matches at NXT as a face, Kay competed on her first match as a heel on the 21st of October episode of NXT, losing to Asuka. Through the end of 2015, Kay started being managed by fellow wrestler Sylvester LaFour during multiple NXT Live events. However, it did not last for long after LaFour was released from his contract in February 2016. On the 13th of January 2016 episode of NXT, Kay competed in a number 1 contenders battle royal for Bayley's NXT Women's Championship, which was won by Carmella. Kay made her first appearance on the main roster on the 30th of June episode of SmackDown, where she worked as a jobber losing to Dana Brooke. Kay finally made her return to NXT television on the 27th of July, where she achieved her first live victory in the company by defeating Santana Garrett. After asking NXT's general manager William Regal for a match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2 on the 17th of August episode of NXT, she was granted one against the WWA Champion Moon. At the event on the 20th of August, Kay was defeated by Moon. Following a brief hiatus, Kay returned on the 21st of September episode of NXT, where she defeated Aaliyah. In October, Kay started an alliance with Peyton Royce, later dubbed the Iconic Duo, and later entered a feud with Liv Morgan, with the duo attacking and defeating Morgan in singles matches. This ultimately led to a 6-women tag team match at NXT TakeOver Toronto, which was taped and aired for the 23rd of November episode of NXT, in which Aaliyah, Ember Moon and Morgan defeated Kay, Royce and their partner Daria Baronato. In the end of December, Kay and Reyes were placed in a brief feud with the NXT Women's Champion Asuka after the latter stated there is no competition for her. This resulted in a fatal 4-way match, which also involved Nikki Cross. At the NXT TakeOver San Antonio event on the 28th of January 2017, in which both Kay and Royce failed to capture the Women's Championship. SmackDown 2018-present. Kay and Royce, now dubbed the Iconics, debuted on the 10th of April 2018 episode of SmackDown Live attacking then SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, whilst she was cutting a promo about her match at WrestleMania 34. A week later, Kay lost to Flair. In their first match together as part of the main roster, Kay and Royce racked up their first victory against Asuka and Becky Lynch. Throughout the summer, Kay continued to compete in various matches, but would be on the losing end. In August, Kay and Royce started their first feud on the main roster with Naomi, and the two were able to defeat her in singles matches. Eventually, Naomi started teaming with Asuka, which led to the announcement of a tag team match between the two teams at the WWE Super Showdown. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?